I was just driving down the road on my way home, and I looked up in the sky, and underneath all the gray, normal, rain clouds, snow clouds, I saw this brilliant group of white, just beaming white clouds with rays of light poking through it all over the place underneath this in the distance. And my heart literally just leapt within me. I saw just for a moment, I was reminded in my spirit of the kingdom of God, the return of Christ. And it's something that us Christians don't really think that much about. It doesn't fill our thoughts like it really should. I saw these brilliant clouds filled with light, and it just, what hope it gave me. Just for a moment, it was, oh Lord, come, Jesus, yes. Because I forget these things. As Christians, it's a promise. We see Matthew 24 unfolding before our very eyes, that no longer will people put up with sound doctrine, but will turn aside to what their itching ears want to hear. Right will become wrong, wrong will become right. The synagogue of Satan will be unhindered, unfettered, let loose on this planet, which is happening. And, they're still good on this planet. They're still good in people's hearts. But, we would be fooling ourselves if we said, as Christians, as believers, if we said nothing has changed, it's just as it always has been. Well, just as in the days of Noah, just as in those days that perversion was increasing, wickedness was increased, so also is it today. It just is. It's hard. The sin will increase, according to the Bible. Sin and a lack of moral or ethics or any kind of biblical godly guidance will become more and more prevalent, which is happening. And then I saw the just radiant white, puffy, billowy clouds with rays of light shooting through it. And I thought, the kingdom of God is at hand. The great and terrible day of the Lord is coming. And by the great and terrible day of the Lord, for some, it might not be so joyful. For me, it is my hope. And just for that moment, I remembered for a second, oh yeah, there's coming a day when all of this hardship and garbage that we're watching increase as people decide more and more that they are God, is going to come to an end. And Jesus is going to establish his kingdom, his righteousness, the kingdom of God on earth as it is in heaven. Just filled my whole being, just for a few moments, and that was enough. That was enough to fill me with hope and joy and remembrance to think on these things. Many of us here will be here when the Lord returns. A friend of mine, Doug Kettle, reminds me of that all the time. Hang on, keep pushing, keep doing what you're doing, keep being the Christian, keep being the example and the light. Give a hope, give an answer for the hope that lies within you. All these things, because there's coming a day. And I just saw a cloud filled with light and beaming with light, bright white light. And it made me remember, there is coming a day, and according to what I read in the Bible, in prophecy, that day is not far off, friends. That day is not far off. And the kingdom of God really is within us right now. It's just being buried with darkness. So 2 things. 1, be the light. 2, the light is coming. It's coming.